Hey guys, I want to do like a hopefully quick free-form video on the inevitable AI unemployment situation. And to summarize the problem, you guys are all pretty aware of it now, is in about 2 to 5 years, AI is going to take everyone's jobs. It's going to automate everyone's jobs, whether it's through computers or with humanoid robots, you know, office work versus blue collar work. I'm I'm in automation as a career. I got my dream job, and I love it. But I know the how precarious even that is. Automation is precarious even. So, in 2 to 5 years is the time frame until we get to uh, autom- artificial general intelligence, which is, they say AGI, right? That's when there's no incentive anymore to pay more for humans to do the work that computers or humanoid robots can do instead for cheaper. Um, so rather than freak out, I seen this coming a while, a couple years back. I seen it coming, so I really leaned into side hustles and tried to hone in on side hustles that worked for me. I'm trying my best to align my skills and my lifestyle to side hustles that are going to survive in the long run, which is a lot to ask, right? You have no career of the conventional form available, right? You can't just switch careers. You can't retrain into something because they're all going to be gone, right? You guys have probably already caught wind of all this, right? So, my video today is to give you a solution, the best one that I came up with, the best side hustle. And I've been working on this for 4 years. I understood the urgency of it 2 years ago, let's say, when it became obvious that of the pace, the rate that AGI will reach us. Right now, yeah, I can understand a lot of people, well, most people, a lot of people aren't even aware, they're oblivious, or maybe, and then a lot of people just don't have a good grasp of the reality of it, because it's exponential over time. Like we're down here, and AGI is up here, and like that, it gets steep. The curve of progress gets steeper, quicker, from here on out. It's just only going to get quicker and quicker. So I don't blame people for underestimating AI based on the chatbots and even professional coders. They're frustrated with they. I know I've met recently um, professional coders for big companies that are underwhelmed by the AI tools for coding. You know that you give it prompts and tell it what code to make, and it iteratively gets you to the code that you need. They're saying that for the last 2 months they have not written code themselves. They've used exclusively AI tools to make the code. So that's where we're at. But they're underwhelmed. They're frustrated. It's not the tools that they would like. They want better tools. We're heading there very quickly. So those coders are going to be using tools that are better than or as good as they hope for. That will come, and then eventually that company, those companies will get rid of them. There will be some, the automation jobs will be some of the last stragglers, right? If you own a business and you can manage to figure out how to use AI to run it, a one person CEO kind of business. But those are few and far between. And the bulk of us, even us automation engineers, can't expect that to last forever. I would give it 2 to 5 years. Okay. I'm going to tell you my solution that I came up with, my best side hustle that a lot of you could probably fit your lifestyles too to survive when you get laid off. if you're not laid off already. Maybe this will give you some hope. And then I also want to ask you guys what your best ideas are that you can share. We can all pool ideas, and hopefully we can all find one that fits our lifestyle, that works for us, our skills. And then I'm going to leave this video on a positive note, an optimistic note. Okay, so my best idea might not fit everyone's version idea of what a best idea is, but I spent the last 4 years studying stocks. I cut my teeth. I did it. It was half learning academically and half getting the experience, doing like hands-on experience doing it, going through ups and downs. There's some wins, some losses, emotions. I've experienced, when I say experience, I've experienced the emotions that come with trading. And I learned it inside and out, the language of New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street, macro, micro, long term, short term, everything about it. It's a beautiful thing, to me personally. I loved it. Just like I loved the 4 years I spent learning about mechanical engineering. It was such a beautiful experience learning about it. That's how I felt about trading. So my solution involves trading. If I didn't make that clear, sorry, I tend to ramble and not be clear. My solution is to do with trading. All right, so it's a very specific type of trading, because after 4 years, I honed in on the best way to trade. The best way to trade is a very specific type of options trading. I'm not going to go into it. I'm trying to give you a general idea of my solution. It's a very specific type of options trading. The one type that works. The rest of them don't even. You're just throwing your money away. It might take you a while. Might take you a day. Might take you 90 days. You're just going to throw your money away. And then the same thing with swing trading. And just summarize. All types of trading are bad except this one that I found. And so rather than wait until you get laid off and then try to scramble for a side hustle to survive the transition until they give us universal basic income, where they assign us all robots to go out and earn income for us, and that's don't want to spoiler alert. I don't want to spoil the optimistic ending, but it has to do with that. Rather than just wait and get caught with your pants down, my solution is to we form a club to learn this software that I found that specifically is for this one type of trading, options trading, that gives you this it's like a 40% return on investment each year. The normal, if you just gave it to a trust fund, or not trust fund, but a market fund, 401k market fund, they'll give you like 12% a year. This one's 40% a year on average. And you spend like a very small amount of time. It's Monday through Friday, 20 to 30 minutes a day. So not a lot of time investment. You don't have to watch the news. It's all rules-based and procedures-based. You don't have to watch the news or put puzzles together and gamble. There's no gambling. It's all a mathematical, statistical probability that if you follow the procedures and follow the rules, you get to that 40% annually. And so my idea is there's a trading competition annually. It starts in January and it ends in December. So it's a whole year. It's too late for it's too late to learn it in time to join this year's, but the group behind that made the software, they're encouraging everyone that's learning it, myself included, to enter this year. But for all of you that I care about, I am I'm hoping that a bunch of you will hit me up and say, yeah, okay, I'm interested at least in trying to learn this. Not with real money, but like with fake money, you trade, you practice with fake money. I want to learn this and see if I got what it takes. That way, when I lose my job, I'll hit the ground running. I'm already learned it, and anyway, there's a competition. Jeez, I'm so bad at staying on track. There's a competition. Starts every January. So we form a group, like a support group, and we spend all of 2026 practicing with the software, and then we enter the competition in January 2027. And by the time we enter that competition, we've spent the entire year practicing as a team, because it's a team competition. We would be the team. We would be a team to enter, and we would in that year like figure out how to win the competition. Like, so we use the software, right? So that gets us, like, let's say the software gets us 80% there, and then there's a 20% that you do manually. Well, it's an algorithm. The whole thing is that it can be broken down and looked at as an algorithm. Well, if it's an algorithm, you can automate that. So that last 20% that you do manually, you can automate that. And then you just leave 5% at the end where it's like the final check. So you get, reality check. Your human eyes look at it before you place the trade. But everything is automated. So instead of 20 to 30 minutes 5 days a week, you're more like spending 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes 5 days a week. Markets only open Monday through Friday. Closes Pacific time. It closes at 1 p.m. That's what my thinking of. That's where I'm going with that. So that's my best solution to survive the AI apocalypse. Spend 2026 with me. Starting January, we'll make a club. So we hold each other accountable to learn this. We support each other. We push each other to learn this as a team. So that by 2027, we've reached that goal of entering the competition, and we've learned it. We're fluent in how to trade with the best trading technique in the entire world on the best market to get 40%. So I mean, to win it, you're probably gonna have to, get lucky and get that the 60% a year, 90%. You'd have to get like 90% return that year, 2027. Which is possible. It's just the average. The average is 40, but to win it, yeah, you probably have to have that good year. But if we automate as much as possible, I don't see how you could go wrong. Anyway, from there, I'll end on this note. On the solution is, if everything's automated by the end of 2027, I'm a Joe Schmo. I studied it for the last 4 years religiously, but there's got to be like thousands of us, right? So what if everyone's using AI to automate trading the best way possible? What happens to the stock market over time? Like in 5 years, is there still a stock market? Like, I know BlackRock's they have I forget what it's called, but they've had AI trading for them for years now. But like, what if everyone did that? Because now that everyone has access to automation AI tools. So anyway. The two big assumptions is you're disciplined enough to follow the procedures to the T and never deviate from that. And which the drawback to that is it's boring compared to like other activities, right? But the benefit is you don't have to think, you don't have to watch the news, you don't have to like put puzzles together to figure out what stocks to buy. You just follow the rules. And we automate it, so it's even easier than that. So if you can do that, and then the other second assumption is the stock market still exists. So by the time you get laid off, you know how to do this technique of trading, but then like hopefully the stock market's still there, so you can actually use it. That's kind of pessimistic. So I'll move into the optimism. I am But before that, I'm curious to hear what your best solutions are to survive the AI unemployment apocalypse coming in the next 2 to 5 years. What's your best solution? I know I can't. This can't be the only solution out there, right? This is just my best solution. What's yours? And the optimist note. Well, yeah, this is coming. 2 to 5 years, we're all going to lose our jobs, no matter who you are. But and then we'll go through this uncomfortable transition period of the leadership who seems to be asleep at the wheel. Both parties. I'm not picking on any one party, but like leadership around the world just seems to be like caught with their pants down. This is all coming quicker than anyone expected. That's not in the scene, not in the AI research scene. It's all coming quicker, and so like leadership's not giving us a path forward. We have to come up with our own solutions, right? So yeah, we get through this transition period. The optimistic part is at the end of the transition period, there'll be, you know, a balance. There'll be a resolution. We'll find something that works, and the best solution realistically that I can see that's optimistic is the government assigns each of us, let's say for sake of argument, for clean math here, we each are assigned by the government 3 humanoid robots to go out into the workforce. That's all robots now, and to labor, to perform work for income, and that income comes to the human that owns those robots. So those robots are working for a third of the price. Let's, for the sake of math, those robots, your 3 robots are working for 1/3 of the pay that a human would used to get for that same job. But you have 3 of them, so 3 times 1/3, that's a whole salary. So you have money now to buy products that are now cheaper to buy, so your money goes farther. The economy keeps churning. Those businesses that hire your robots, they're saving money. That's why the products are cheaper. So the economy keeps going up, keeps churning, and you get what you need. No one's living in poverty. A lot of assumptions. I go a third assumption: humans can get along and make this work. That's a big if, but let's stay optimistic about that one. What's your best solution? And hey, hit me up if you want to join my 2026 Trading AI Club. Peace.